This is Adam Miller, your movies correspondent and associate producer for the RPM Show. And today I'm going to bring to you the first of two news stories, the second of which will follow in a video that's after this. And now, the first story that I'm going to tell you about is more of a sum up. It's a sum up of basically information that we know so far is happening in the world of the upcoming Star Trek sequel. Now, this is the sequel to the 2009 blockbuster Star Trek that pretty much was a reboot of the Star Trek franchise. And in so doing, it reinvented the Star Trek legacy. It brought it back to its roots. You know, it shows us how the crew of the original Star Trek series came together: Kirk, Spock, McCoy, Uhura, Chekhov, all those guys. And it basically told a reinvention of the Star Trek legend, of the lore, the story, and it did it in a way that was it connected with a modern audience, and in so doing, it was a huge hit. I loved it. I thought it was one of the top films of 2009. So, in essence, the word sequel in the world of Star Trek was something that people looked on kind of, especially in regards to the previous series of films with the original series crew. But now with this movie pretty much had you excited for a sequel. Now, what we know so far is pretty much what you would expect. They're really keeping things under wrap. Now, in regards to the release date, it's set for June 29th, 2012. So there you have that. Now, in regards to the story, there have been a lot of rumors circulating that date back to when the movie came out, before the movie came out, actually, where there was a rumor that they were going to use Khan, who was the villain in the previous Star Trek movie, Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan. Now, honestly, I'm glad that they decided not to go with it ultimately, mostly because there was nothing wrong with that picture that they need to redo for a new movie, and of course, they should do it out of respect for the late Ricardo Montalban, who had actually died like a month or so before they released that rumor. So I give him a lot of kudos for that. Now, the script, from what I can gather in my information and research, is currently still being written, and it's actually pending approval from the studio and, of course, the screenwriters, Alex Kurtzman, Roberto Orsi, and, of course, the joining screenwriter, who was actually the producer of the last movie, Damon Lindelof. Now, the two things that I have actually found more recent are the fact that, now, as we know, actually, as of today, J.J. Abrams' involvement as director of this movie is still up in the air. Now, that is because he's quoted as saying that he is actually waiting for a completed script to make his final decision. Now, as we know, J.J. Abrams is currently finishing production on a movie called Super 8, which is due out this summer in June, I believe, June 8th, 2011. So look for that this summer. Now, he has also been approached by the studio, Paramount, to use the 3D technology for this sequel. Now, he has also said, and I firmly believe this, that he will make that decision upon reading the completed script. So the completed script is resting on his decision to direct it, and of course the use of 3D technology. Now, in regards to the 3D use, I firmly believe that if they plan it beforehand and they use 3D, they film it in 3D, they don't do this, post-production conversion that a lot of people have been doing, that they have a hit going. They've really got a good thing going. Now, as for J.J. Abrams directing this movie, I think he should. He's got something good going on, especially with the last movie. I think that he is the one to do it. I hope he does it, and I hope it all turns out well. Now, as I said, this is all what we know up to this point. So there's a lot more coming out. There's a lot going to happen between now and 2012. So keep an open eye, and I will be bringing to you the news as it comes in. Casting news. So far, what we know is all returning cast members: Chris Pine, Zach Quinto, Carl Urban, Simon Pegg, Anton Yelchin, John Cho, and Zoe Saldana are all going to return. That's what we know up until now. Now, I will be bringing you more news on this movie as it comes along. So keep one eye out for that and stay tuned. But in the meantime, between now and when I do my next video, be sure to check out the website, www.therpmshow.com, and also check out our Facebook page, MySpace, Twitter, Blueberry, Hub Pages, and of course YouTube. Find all our other videos. And of course, we can download streamed podcasts of our shows on iTunes. So friend us on Facebook, friend us on Twitter. We're all on there. So until next time, when I bring to you my next news story, just stay in there and stay tuned.